So something that's really been on my mind is this journey that I've been on, and I think it's the journey of going from something to nothing to everything. And in thinking about this and looking at the life that I've led so far, it's been very, very true. And to start growing up, I was always trying to be someone, to be this person, this persona. And when you're young, especially, you're so susceptible to all the outside voices, to all these ideas, to everything that's going on. And so I naturally started comparing myself. I started to be in this competition with everyone else, this cycle of following the trends, seeing what all my friends were doing, seeing what was cool, and trying to fit in and be this something, be this person. And over time, I started to realize that this wasn't really who I was. And I started to, I was always an introverted kid, and so I always had that time for myself. And growing up, that was through sports. That was playing basketball. It was this place where I could clear my mind, that I could get away from the insecurities and compensating by trying to be like other people, by trying to put off this persona, this image, this character that I wanted people to like. I wanted to be accepted, because ultimately growing up, we all want to be accepted. And when we're not accepted for who we truly are, we put out this persona, and that's what I was doing for a period of time. And I knew that I wasn't happy doing that, whether that was subconsciously or unconsciously, but it certainly wasn't consciously. But I always felt this freedom when I was on the basketball court, because I didn't have to compensate. I didn't feel insecure, and I didn't feel like I was hiding who I truly was. I felt like I could just be, and that's what basketball did for me. And over time, I realized that especially within basketball, it was that aspect of improving and being completely by myself sometimes in an empty gym late at night, and just working on my craft and doing everything I could to improve in different areas of my game. And as that continued, I had to get to the next level, as one of my basketball coaches told me, which was speed and strength, which he always told me over and over again. And so I started to work out. I started into fitness. And a little more background on this: being a super, super, super skinny kid was something that I was definitely insecure about, and something that I was sort of made fun of and playfully joked around about. I wouldn't necessarily say that I was bullied, but I didn't feel good about the things people were saying. And although I would laugh about it sometimes, it did make me feel good. And I think a lot of people do this. They sort of hide how they truly feel, because they don't want to act like they're hurt. They want to keep that image alive, that it's okay. And eventually I started to really work out, and I took this very, very seriously in improving my physical form and improving my body. And so I was in the gym all the time, and I knew that with consistency and with this relentless work ethic, that I would eventually not be this little skinny kid. And that day certainly did come after so much hard work and pushing through, and judgment and people saying things, which is natural. And so I was going down this improvement route, and it led me into everything that I'm doing now in terms of exploring myself and exploring the mind, exploring the universe, psychology and philosophy, phenomenology, all of it. And what I realized was it was just the idea of self-development and an understanding and awareness that I have an innate, attraction to. And what I've realized over time is that I was this something, this becoming. I was trying so hard to be this person, this image, this character. I don't exactly know what it was, but I know that it wasn't truly me, and so I had to sort of had to get rid of all that. I had to strip away all the layers, and I had to sort of jump into the unknown and be nothing. I had to go from something to nothing. And what I realized is over time, in just being and being nothing, just being in this unknown and questioning and challenging beliefs and just exploring. I didn't necessarily have an identity. I just was. Things were happening, and I was analyzing, I was looking at things, I was looking at myself, I was questioning everything that I thought I knew about myself, about the world, about everything. And so the way that I looked at myself was that I was nothing, that I was absolutely nothing, that, I went through this period of looking into nihilism and just that nothing really matters, there's no purpose to life, and then life is ultimately just suffering. And then, exploring more and continuing to go down this journey, I knew there had to be more to life, to this experience, to existence. And over time, I realized that I was everything. And now, initially saying that and you hearing that, you may think that, that seems to be a little arrogant, a little entitled. But what I mean by everything is that I've come to this understanding of my consciousness, and that I am consciousness, and that everything is consciousness, and so I am everything. And this idea of connectedness, that everything is connected, everything is energy, and ultimately everything just takes on a different form. But the different form doesn't separate me from it, and so I am it, and I am everything. And what this has done is given me bliss, and given me an understanding and a holistic perspective on life. And it's been very freeing as well to be able to know that I'm everything, and that I'm connected to everything, and that ultimately there is love, there is beauty, there is existence, and there's this experience that we are all so fortunate to have. And there's gratitude, and just a list of different ideas that I could speak about. But what this has allowed me to do is not to try and be something, or not to feel like I need to put out an image, that rather I can just be.